back to the Blissful Heart channel. I am Desiree Lee, here to give you your weekly bliss fix. I am so happy to announce a new thing I'm doing today. We're doing a series called Twin Flame Homework, and I'm going to be releasing these periodically to help you get into alignment of union. Today's specific focus is about shifting your alignment to that of love. It's a visualization exercise, and it is to help you get out of the frequency of non-union. It's really interesting to me. I feel like I've been doing a little bit of research on YouTube to see like what people are interested in, and I'm just not somebody, I'm not very business minded like that, especially when it comes to doing psychic readings and working with energy. But being that I'm in union, I found that I have kind of lost a little bit in terms of knowing what you guys want and what you need. But no surprise to me, I found that through my research, some of the bigger YouTubers or content creators that are getting a lot of views are kind of selling you the same thing of like, this is what your divine masculine is thinking. This is what you're going through right now. This is how you can find union. Your divine masculine loves you. Union's coming, selling you those same things. And, honestly, I believe that everybody's union has its own map, its own plan, but there are definitely things that we can do in terms of our energetic alignment, in terms of our thought process, in terms of our exercises of self-love that are going to bring union. It's like, I feel like a lot of twin flame people are, kind of focusing on some distant goal that they've separated themselves from. And for some people, for a very real reason, you've been on the journey for 10, 20 years. But, it's like, I feel like a lot of people aren't willing to do the work. They just watch YouTube videos after YouTube videos. They listen to stories, they hope, they pray, they do what they can, but they don't actually do the work on themselves that needs to take place. And of course, I'm generalizing. I know that a lot of you do the work because you've ordered from me, and I've had some clients that I've been able to witness the growth in, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. This is inspired from an article that I read from Cassidy Kane of twinflames1111.com, and she said the 5 reasons why you're not in union. And the first one she listed was you're not in energetic alignment. And I feel honestly like all 5 of them pretty much are the same, really, just in different ways. And one of the things that is like a blessing and a curse for me is that I always see things in the big picture. So like if you fine tune it down to details, there are subtleties, there are a little bit of differences, but ultimately, you're not in union for energetic alignment, frequency purposes. Also, that includes destiny, and what is in the cards for you, so to speak, or in the stars for you. But I do believe ultimately that we do have a power to bring our alignment in sooner if we get to work on what it is we need to fix and release in our own life, in our own mental, psychological, emotional, spiritual space, right? And it's a lot, right? But if we simplify it and we break it down, which is like I let the cards decide for me what we were going to focus on today, and it is inspired by this last week's Twin Flame reading that I released on Sunday. But this is something that you can come back to at any time. It's not really dated per se. It's just a tool that you can use, right? Your twin flame homework, so to speak. So before I get into it, obviously I want to just do a little bit of self-promotion. I am here in the States. We're celebrating Thanksgiving, and this Friday, the 23rd, is what we call Black Friday. It's a big cyber sale day. I feel like that extends outside of the States, because anybody can shop on eBay or Amazon. But I'm going to release a huge 25% off coupon strictly for Friday the 23rd. It'll expire on Saturday the 24th. It's 25% off all of my readings. It's for only the first 25 orders. After 25 orders have been ordered, which I'm hopeful to get. I'm not sure about that, but I obviously don't want to overload myself with too many orders. So 25 orders is going to be the max on on that. And the coupon code is Black Friday. It's in the description box below. And you can go to my website, Desiree Nicole Lee, and check out what kind of readings I have available. And that's a huge, huge discount that I'm like so grateful to be able to provide you. I know that everybody is kind of going through some financial hardship right now. So, if you've been struggling, there's definitely different price points on my site that you're welcome to view and use that 25% coupon. Also, just a huge thanks and shout out to my Patreons. If you love me and I've helped you in some way for just $1 a month, you can donate to me on Patreon, and that will include a release of a monthly twin flame overview for every month. So for that $1, that's what I am providing right now. Thank you. Yeah, I believe that covers everything. I know I'm kind of long-winded, but this is important. So the card that I used for the inspiration in terms of the topic of our twin flame homework is from the Whispers of Love Oracle, card 23, which is a 5, and it's Take a Chance on Love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Now, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. As you can see on the screen here, you see a man and a woman in a boat, or it's a small canoe maybe, and it's in this ocean of love and energy, and it's moving towards some cosmic euphoric space. There's like a face in that circle with the planets. It's almost like otherworldly, and there's all sorts of other really beautiful imagery happening and textures happening in the sky. Yeah. So it's just so full of color and love and inspiration. And it did remind me of the card I pulled for the reading, for the twin flame reading for this week of November. I believe it was the 17th to the 23rd, or I could be wrong about those dates, but it doesn't matter. Again, I feel that this is something that you can come back to again and again and again. So one of the advices that I briefly went over in the twin flame reading was charging a crystal with love. And one of the things that you can do is just get either a rose quartz crystal is perfect because it already has an energetic frequency of love, or you can get a clear quartz crystal and charge it with this love energy. And if you've had that crystal for a while, I do recommend giving it a small like salt bath. You can even charge it under the full moon, which is coming up the 22nd here on the West Coast, and then on the East Coast it's going to be the 23rd. But you can kind of clear and clean it and then charge it with this. You can also use sage or Palo Santo to cleanse your crystal, and then we'll charge it with this love vibration. So there are many ways to shift your energy into love, and this is something that I'm a big believer in. And again, there's just so many elements that I don't want to overload you with them right here, right now. I'm going to focus on the visualization exercise. And when Spirit inspired me with this topic, I had flashbacks of several readings I was doing. I know I have some subscribers that have been following me since the very early days. Several readings that I would do prior to coming into union where I was like, you have to act as if. You have to act as if it's already here. You have to live like it's here, and also, act like it's not here. And, it was something that I would talk about a lot, and a lot of people were like, what do you mean? How can I act like it's here and also act like it's not? Because the idea is basically like you want to act as if you're already in union so that you're vibrating the frequency of union. But you want to release all expectations as well so that you're not setting yourself up for disappointment, right? And that is true unconditional love, right? Is, knowing and loving in this higher power. God is maybe what you choose to call it, or maybe you have another name for it, right? But this idea of trusting and knowing that the universal energy has always got your greatest good and highest joy in mind, and is protecting you and is loving you and is guiding you. And so when we start to release our wants and our needs, and we release any resentment or anger we have, whether it's towards your twin or towards God, where maybe you're feeling gypped, you have to release all of that so that you can go into a space of acceptance and accept that this is where you are right now. If you don't have a crystal and some sage, on hand, then I would go ahead and just pause the video right now and grab that for yourself, okay? And I've got just like a little piece of sage that I'm going to burn here. So go ahead and set your sage or Palo Santo on fire. And then blow it out. And then you're going to take your crystal and kind of bring it over the sage or Palo Santo smoke. And we're going to go ahead and close our eyes here as we bless it. Yes? I call upon the Supreme God, the Divine Father, the Divine Mother. I call upon all of the angels of truth, love, and light, all my spiritual guides and counselors. Thank you for being with me and sharing with me healing, light, love, guidance, and protection. I ask to cleanse and purge this crystal of any previously charged energy so that I may be blessing it with love, light, power, and healing energy. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. For the greater good, may it harm none. So be it, so be it, so be it. Inhale, and then exhale. And then just set your crystal down so that you're not energetically charging it with anything until we're ready, okay? And then you can put out your Palo Santo or sage in a safe way, of course. So we're going to go ahead and you want to put the crystal in whichever dominant hand is for you. So for, most people it's the right hand. I know there's some lefties out there. And you're just going to hold it in the palm of your hand and in any way that's comfortable for you. If you have like a terminated quartz like this one, I'm not sure how clear this is coming through on the camera for you with the lighting I have, but I like to put my thumb on that flat end and hold it like that myself. And, if you're Reiki certified, either 1, 2, or 3, you're going to also have that supercharged energy. But I firmly believe that everybody has, energetic portals in their hands to charge things with. So, just know that. All right, so I ask that you get into a meditative space, whether you're seated on a chair or seated on the floor, and you have your crystal in one hand. You can rest your other hand palm down on your opposite knee, and then we'll go ahead and close our eyes. So left hand to the left knee, right hand to the right. Taking a breath in and breathing out. I ask that I am grounded to the earth and connected to Father Sky, that I am enclosed in a space of safe love and light. I am protected by Archangel Michael and all of my spiritual guides so that no harm may come to me. Only love and light may bless this space. All negative energy must stay out and can't come in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I want you to go ahead and take yourself into a time portal of sorts. You can also think of it as a parallel universe portal. And depending on your imagination, this can be a train, it can be some sort of airplane, maybe even some sort of spaceship. I personally am a fan of like kind of a space pod. Really visualizing yourself going out into the cosmos, going through some sort of wormhole or portal. But you can use whatever is more tangible to you. So if like the universe and stars seems a little bit harder for you to imagine, you can imagine it being a doorway with a staircase that you climb up. You can imagine it being a train that's going to take you to your destination. And of course, a plane landing in your destination. Okay, so just pick whichever mode of transportation or vehicle that you're most connected to, whatever feels most real, whatever feels most solid, that is something you can really, feel in your mind's eye, if that makes sense. So getting into your vehicle of transportation, and you can visualize it taking off. So for those of you that are in a space pod or in an airplane, we are taking off. For those of you on a train, you're slowly starting to gain momentum. And then for those of you that are doing the staircase, you are slowly walking up the stairs. Now, as we're elevating, all right, as we're gaining either momentum or actually rising into the sky or up the stairs, we are going to paint the picture of the destination we're going to, okay? So we want to get very specific, yes? So first, I ask that you tap into your heart space and feel that love that you feel for your twin. Recognize that that love is not only for your twin, but for yourself and for God, or the Supreme Consciousness. And either say or think to yourself, I am love. I am connected to all. Everything I've ever wanted is already here for me. I am always blessed. I am divinely protected. Everything is perfect. I am in harmony with the universe. I am one with all and one with God. And so we're going to paint the picture of the house or the space that you live in with your twin when you're in union, okay? What does that house look like? Where is it? Is it, in a fantasy place? Because I highly recommend that you make it a literal place, right? So whether it's, a specific country or state or city or county, get specific on what it looks like, how large it is, how many bedrooms does it have, how many bathrooms does it have, does it have a backyard, does it have a front yard, does it have a garage, do you have pets, what color is it? What color is your furniture? What color is your walls? What does your interior decorating look like? What does the house smell like? What does it feel like? I'm going to be silent here for a moment and let you paint those details in your mind's eye. Hopefully you're all closed with your eyes closed. If you need more time to design your space, please pause the video. Now, what does your twin flame do for a living? If you can't get specific for that, you can just say, my twin is doing exactly what the divine has wished him to do, and he is incredibly joyous and happy and successful. I feel that everybody desires that their divine counterpart doesn't work too much and has enough time to spend with them. Possibly he works alongside you. What do you do? What makes you happy? What are you doing that's successful? Now with yourself, you can definitely get way more detailed here in terms of like how many clients you have, or how much money you're making, or what kind of hours you work, what kind of clothes you wear to work. How do you feel in this job? What does your schedule look like? Keep everything in a high vibration, okay? Sky's the limit. Spirit wants me to remind you. I know I felt some of you just kind of pull back a little, like, well, that's not realistic. No. Yes, everything's realistic right now. We are in a fantasy space. We are creating a dream-like space that's all high frequency, love energy, and everything is possible. Nothing is off limits here. So really go for it, okay? Get yourself excited about it. Get yourself really feeling like you're there, that it's here and now, and you're living it. Visualize yourself coming home from either an errand or your job. Visualize what that would look like coming home. Maybe your twin is already home. Maybe he's going to be home in an hour. Maybe the two of you get home together and you make dinner together. you go to sleep together, you watch a movie together, right? You want to paint this daily life. Just let yourself play here. What does it feel like? You can see each other laughing together, smiling together, holding hands, hugging. Oh, I'm just getting so much lighter and lighter and lighter right now. I just got chills all up my arm. Feels so good, right? Oh, everything is so blessed. I'm so grateful for all of this wonderful abundance that God has shined down upon me. It feels so good to live this life with no limits. I've waited so long for this moment, and I am so grateful to be here now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe you have pets. Maybe you two travel together. What does it feel like to feel so complete? To long for nothing, to want for nothing. You have everything. You have everything you could ever need right now. And it is blessed, and you are serving your community, or, the earth, or people. You're just of service, and you're full of love to give and share. If you need more time, pause the video. Now we're going to take that crystal and put it into prayer hands, bringing the thumbs to the third eye space. Thank you, angels of truth, love, and light, for helping me bless this crystal with the vision of truth, the vision of union, the vision of love. I ask that I may always remain in service to you, divine, for my life is nothing without this purpose of greater good and higher joy. Please help me remove any obstacles that are preventing this dream from manifesting. Please allow me to vibrate this frequency of love and light and union. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit of love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings to all. May we all live in love and light. May no one suffer. Inhale. Exhaling the hands to the heart, connecting it to the love center. Allow the love in your heart to pour into this crystal. You and the crystal and the dream are one. You are love. Now you can stay here for as long as you want. That was powerful. I want to applaud you, if you're here still, for doing this exercise, okay? I'm gonna come back to you when I feel called to do so with different twin flame homework exercises for you. This is a video that you can come back to again and again and again. One of the things I feel like you should do after you're done watching this video is to sit down and write down any of the blocks that came up for you at any point during the visualization. Maybe when it came to visualizing your twin holding your hand. Maybe when it came to visualizing you having a successful career. Maybe when it came to visualizing, having a big, beautiful home. I personally am on the more humble tip. I want like maybe a 2-bedroom house with a nice backyard. But whatever that dream is, anything where you started to feel a little bit of resistance, where you started to feel a little bit like, I don't know if I can believe in that, that is a good thread to follow to lead you to where you have more work to do, where you need to release some things. And again, even if you are kind of like maybe feeling a little bitter about your journey or a little angry towards your twin, this is a beautiful practice, okay? This is definitely something that will help you to free them and free yourself. Again, this is all about you manifesting your greatest good and highest joy. Whether or not like your twin comes around doesn't mean that you can't have all the other things, all the other elements of the vision and the dream that you put into place. Okay, so That being said, Spirit just wants me to mention really briefly that if you feel very certain and convinced that like you and your twin aren't coming into union anytime soon, maybe not in this lifetime, like, I know that a lot of you are incredibly intuitive and maybe you've got that message very loud and clear, you can easily substitute, a twin flame facilitator, a soulmate into that vision, just the greatest man or woman that will make you happy and joyous. Make it that instead, Absolutely. Spirit said, absolutely. Let the vision be what's going to bring you that love experience. So then anytime that you feel like you want to kind of harness that, if you start to feel like you're drifting away from feeling love and being loved, your crystal now has that whole visualization in here is stored in this quartz. Okay. So you can grab it, you can hold it, you can meditate with it, even just having it in your hand, it's going to release that energy. That being said, obviously, just like a battery, these things can lose the charge. So you might have to come back to meditate with it frequently. It really depends on how powerful that visualization felt for you just now, and how often you use the crystal. But yeah. I love you guys. I really hope that you take advantage of that Black Friday coupon, and I hope that your Thanksgiving, for those of you that are celebrating it, is really wonderful and well. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, tap into this United States energy of practicing gratitude and connection with family and celebrating what we have. Yeah, always being grateful for what we have. Many, many blessings to you. I will talk to you soon. Mwah.